The Galaxy M51 was one of the best mid-range phones to come out last year, and while its battery life was unmatched thanks to its 7000 mAh cell, when it came to the performance-intensive tasks, the Snapdragon 732G did have its limitations. And so say hello to the brand new Samsung Galaxy M52 5G, which comes with a slew of upgrades, a few downgrades, and a refreshing slim form factor that I've missed on mid-range Samsung smartphones for a while now. Hello everyone, Aman here for Mr. Phone, and before we begin, consider subscribing to our channel if you love watching tech, and of course turn on the bell as well so that you don't miss any of our latest videos. The Galaxy M52 is only 7.4 mm thick and weighs 173 grams only, which makes it 2.1 mm thinner and 40 grams lighter than the Galaxy M51. And trust me guys, these numbers make a ton of difference. See, this is not the slimmest phone around. That title goes to the Xiaomi 11 Lite NE 5G, which measures 6.8 millimeters, but 7.4 millimeters on the M52 is still very sleek. And when you're holding such a large device which is so slim, you will appreciate the form factor. The lightweight design can also be partly attributed to the polycarbonate build, but apart from the glossy back, which is a fingerprint magnet, the build quality is robust and the phone felt every bit solid in the hands. Of course, the trade-off that Samsung made here is the battery, which is now 5000 mAh versus 7000 mAh on the Galaxy M51. But tell me one thing honestly guys, so say if you're a casual user, would you rather go for a bulky phone with 3 days of battery life, or would you choose a slim and light smartphone with 2 days of battery life? I would go for the latter. You share your thoughts with me in the comments below. So in my case, I actually favor the design and build of the Galaxy M52 over the Galaxy M51, and I'm sure many would agree with me. So what if it's a 5000 mAh battery? And by the way, even with medium to heavy usage, expect this phone to at least last for about 1.5 days on a single charge. Now with my usage, making voice and video calls, browsing the web, checking social media, playing some games, watching a lot of YouTube videos and stuff like that, I was easily able to last about 1.5 to 2 days on a single charge on the Galaxy M52 with around 6 to 7 hours of screen on time. So that is great, and there are your numbers. However, you now get the usual 15 watt charger instead of the faster 25 watt charger that came with the Galaxy M51. But yeah, the Galaxy M52 does support up to 25 watt charging. Apart from this, the Galaxy M52 also loses out on the 3.5 mm headphone jack. The dedicated microSD card slot is also gone, although you can still expand the storage to up to 1 TB via the hybrid SIM slot. But apart from these minor shortcomings, the Galaxy M52 is a solid upgrade over the Galaxy M51. Keep watching. Starting with the display, just like the Galaxy M51, the Galaxy M52 also features a 6.7-inch Super AMOLED Infinity O display, but this time around it refreshes at 120Hz and there's Gorilla Glass 5 protection up top. One word for the display, it's plain gorgeous, but that's a given coming from Samsung. But yeah, what else to say? It's an amazing panel with excellent color reproduction in deep blacks. It also gets sufficiently bright, be it indoors or outdoors. Content consumption is also a great experience, although I really wish this phone had stereo speakers. That said, the single bottom firing speaker does get sufficiently loud while watching videos or playing games without the audio output getting distorted even at higher volumes. By the way, the 120Hz refresh rate isn't just here for the namesake, but it actually works across many of the mainstream apps, including the popular ones such as Instagram, Facebook, Gmail, Chrome, Netflix, YouTube, and more. Moving on, the Galaxy M52 5G is powered by the Snapdragon 778G SoC, which brings in huge performance gains over the Snapdragon 730, both in benchmarks as well as in real life. Samsung is offering this phone in two variants, 6GB RAM and 8GB RAM with 128GB storage standard on both. Here are some benchmark numbers for those interested. You can pause your screens to take a look. So the Galaxy M52 is a fast phone thanks to the Snapdragon 778 SoC and One UI 3.1, Performance has been very snappy, right from unlocking the device to fiddling around the UI or doing casual tasks such as browsing the web or watching YouTube. The Galaxy M52 never showed any signs of slowdown. Even when it comes to playing games, titles such as Asphalt 9 and Call of Duty Mobile worked like a charm. Speaking of Call of Duty, the game was able to run at high graphics and max frame rates without any stutters or lags. And even when I used to game on this phone for about 1 hour at a stretch, it barely got warm to the touch, so good thermals as well. Now coming to the software, we get the good old One UI 3.1 atop Android 11, and apart from the pre-installed bloatware apps that you can uninstall by the way, the software felt light and snappy. Navigation around the UI is fast, app opening times are fast, and even the RAM management has been great. On top of that, you also get Knox protection, which makes sure you get a secure software experience. Of course, with all of this, One UI is easy to use and at the same time offers a bunch of useful features that one might appreciate. For instance, the dual messenger feature, or the simple one-hand mode swipe down gesture, or the popular Alt-Z mode that quickly lets one switch to the secure folder by double tapping the side key, or one of my favorites, the ability to bring down the notification shade with a simple swipe down on the side key. And while a very basic feature, I still haven't seen it on many recent smartphones apart from Samsung devices, of course. In terms of connectivity, there's Bluetooth 5.0, NFC, Wi-Fi 6 carrier aggregation, and of course 5G with support for 11 bands, making this phone future-proof. So in terms of network reception and connectivity, I had zero issues. I also didn't come across any call drops, and the calls themselves sound loud and natural in the phone's earpiece, which by the way is barely visible to the eye unless you hold the phone up close and see it. Okay, now let's talk about the camera. So the Galaxy M52 gets 3 lenses at the back versus the 4 that were present on the Galaxy M51. Basically, the 5 megapixel depth camera has been swapped out. So the main unit is a 64 megapixel sensor, which is coupled with a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera and a 5 megapixel macro camera. At the front, there's a 32 megapixel camera for selfies. The Galaxy M52 was quickly able to lock focus on subjects. In good lighting, the phone's main camera was able to capture some vibrant looking images with good dynamic range. The ultra wide angle camera is also able to click some decent photos, although I did find some distortion around the edges. The 5 megapixel camera also does a fine job at clicking subjects from up close and captures decent details in the output. Coming to shots taken in not so great lighting, well, the output is pretty meh honestly, although the night mode does help significantly in delivering brighter and usable images, so that's sorted there. In terms of video recording, the Galaxy M52 can shoot up to 4K 30 FPS, and this is the 4K sample that you're watching on your screens right now. So of course, color reproduction is decent and dynamic range is excellent. What's missing here is stabilization. However, if you still want stabilized videos, you will have to settle for the 1080p 30 FPS format. But with that being said, I'd still go for the 1080p videos because of course they are more stable, but the colors and dynamic range are equally good as the 4K videos, and they also take significantly lesser space. So right now I'm shooting the front facing video sample on the Samsung Galaxy M52 5G. So this is the 4K 30 FPS sample. This is the max this phone can shoot, and this is what you can expect in terms of overall output. So if you ask me, colors look fine. I think so. They are true to source, they're natural. So that works for me. Stabilization is also fine. I won't call it the best, but it gets the job done. So again, that's fine. For audio, there are 2 mics, one at the top, one at the bottom. So let me know how does my audio sound right now. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it. This is how front-facing videos look like when you shoot them from the Galaxy M52's front camera. Share your thoughts with me in the comments. Now the asking price of 29,999 rupees is a bit high honestly. So if you're watching this video during the ongoing Amazon sale, you can still buy the Galaxy M52 5G for a starting price of 25,999 rupees. I would absolutely recommend it in a heartbeat. So of course, the Galaxy M52 is a solid upgrade over the Galaxy M51. You see, as I said, the display is a huge upgrade as it's now a 120Hz panel. The software is One UI this time around rather than the One UI core version found on the M51. And the new Snapdragon 778G chipset also makes sure that you get better gaming performance, better camera performance, and basically a better overall performance. Basically, if you can go around the asking price a bit, maybe just look at some bank promotions or discounts, since they are always there in some form or the other. If you do end up buying the Galaxy M52, you won't regret your decision. Definitely watch out for the pleasant, sleek design and amazing 120Hz Super AMOLED display and a capable set of cameras. So guys, that was my review of the Samsung Galaxy M52 5G. Share your thoughts with me about this device in the comments below. As always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Mr. Phone. I'll catch you all in the very next one. Thank you for watching.